What's up? I'm Hugz. That's Sam. Welcome to Hugz and Sam. Today we're getting into The Legend of Korra, Book 2, Episode 3. Last we left off in our tale, Korra went off to like this little spirit temple place or whatever, and basically defeated some spirits and like unlocked the southern lights. I was gonna say like turned on the southern lights, kind of, whatever that is. And upon doing all that, she had like this little falling out with her dad. Her dad goes back to the South Water Tribe or whatever.
Yes.
And when the rest of all the crew are coming back, we see Unalaq's people coming in. Like,
on all
it looks like they're taking over or whatever. We
stuff.
didn't see her dad though, and that was one thing we were talking about. Was the whole timeline and everything.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
Confused by that. If y'all watched the last reaction.
Yeah, we didn't see her dad. And I felt like it was going to be something where they, it's going to be like this massive takeover or whatever. And now the fact that when I started this up to play this, it's like Civil War Episode 1 or something.
Yeah.
Pretty much seems like there's a war. So.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead, jump. Oh, also Jinora.
We also have Jinora. She saw like the lighting up of that weird.
She's like
thing.
A spirit avatar thing or something. It seems like she has some sort of like spiritual connection to the avatars or whatever. I don't know if that's like directly what it is. At least it was like triggered in that room with all the avatar statues. But I thought that'd be kind of cool. And we had talked about because she's like the granddaughter of the Avatar, and we had this whole thing about children of the Avatar and stuff, if they would have like special powers more than the normal person. Yeah. Especially because she's like an airbender, and airbenders are more into like the spirit realm and stuff like that.
Right.
But anyway, all of this has to do with a lot of the spirit realm right now with what's going on.
This whole book is called Spirits, so.
Yeah. And I wonder how that's going to fold into this war, though.
Yeah, me too.
Because we thought the uncle was already kind of shady.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty shady. And then I was
we were
like,
no.
Back and forth. And then now it's like oof.
Taking over.
Yeah.
All right, but let's go ahead and jump into it. See what's going down. Oh, damn.
Rude.
I mean, he did say clear the streets. Oh, damn, they're ice locking everything.
Yeah.
Now that you've opened this,
why is she not freaking out about this? Like,
with both portals open, our tribes will be united again.
The world will be united again.
She's not looking at this as like a takeover. She's looking at this as like they're doing something they need to do.
Yeah.
I haven't felt this at peace since. Good morning, universe.
Boomy and I weren't on those great vacations. It was always just you and Dad.
I was gonna say, they always seem to get like the short end.
What about the time he took us to Kyoshi Island to ride the elephant car?
Nope. We weren't there.
That makes me sad with Aang though too. Like,
yeah, that he did that.
Favorited his children.
Jinora, were you and Milo teasing your sister again?
I don't know. Maybe. Yes.
That was a quick breakdown.
She ran away.
Honestly, I don't know why you kids can't just get along.
Troubling is when I get that itchy rash that won't go away, and Julie's not around to scratch.
Can already tell this dude's a problem.
Nice.
All Unalaq is trying to do is make our tribes unified again.
No, he wants control of our wealth. My wealth.
Not about the wealth,
and
but control.
I like my wealth.
Yeah.
If Unalaq doesn't pull his forces out, then we have no choice but to fight for our freedom.
See, I'm with him.
You want to start a war?
Mako! I'm so happy to see you.
Save me.
He's like, I'm pretty sure I'm married now.
I can't take anymore. Listen, I don't want to live in icy bliss with Eska.
Tell her you're not that into her anymore.
Oh, no, I don't think she'd like that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't see that going well.
It's kind of like pulling off a blood-sucking leech.
There was a meeting at my parents' house. A lot of Southerners feel like their tribe is being invaded.
I am the chief.
Kind of were.
Yeah.
I'm uniting, not invading.
I know, but I'm just afraid if something doesn't change, there could be a civil war.
As the Avatar, you must remain neutral in this conflict. You will naturally want to help your people, but showing favoritism will not help our tribes find unity.
Stop!
Tell these thugs to go back to the north. They're not welcome here anymore. These Southerners need to stay in line.
Everyone calm down. You're all part of the same tribe. Start acting like it.
You're the worst avatar ever.
Damn.
Rude.
I imagine that as like little Katara, or little Katara, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like they're coming in there with an air of like, we're the same.
Yeah.
We're doing this for the general good of all of us, you know?
Yeah.
Ikki!
I'm guessing you've been so busy with your duty to Republic City that you forgot about your duty to your kids.
Duty. Yeah.
5 years old. Classic airbender technique. Cutting and running when things get tough.
Yeah, did Dad teach you that move?
Damn. See, like, this kind of makes me sad, because
I
they're, like,
know.
ripping on
How's your day,
Aang, and, like,
Oh,
Yeah.
fabulous.
I mean, we can't expect
My
anybody to be
tribe's about to go to
perfect.
war, and
Right.
I'm supposed to.
Oh.
Isn't this fun, huh?
Double date.
We never get to spend enough time together, just the 5 of us. So fun.
And single-handedly carried them down the mountain to safety.
What a
And how
hero.
exactly is that supposed to help us find Ikki? It was supposed to inspire you. Come on. No, follow me. This will get us down 50 times faster.
Oh, damn. I thought he was just going to jump in the water.
It's black and the rocks are slippery. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Come on, you wimps. If I can do it, it should be no problem for a couple of benders. If you need an airlift down, just say the word. Ah, I don't need your help. I've
Is
got
there a
everything
slide
under
or
control.
Yeah, they're gonna have to catch him.
They didn't catch him.
No.
You knew.
You would think
You
she
never
would know.
said anything.
Like,
We were trying to keep our family together, to give you a normal childhood.
I never wanted a normal childhood. All I ever wanted to be was the Avatar. But everyone keeps holding me back,
Guys.
even my own parents. Dad, don't do this.
Turn around, Avatar, and pretend you didn't see anything.
Yeah, like you're not gonna be able to beat the Avatar.
yeah.
Like,
I was going to say, can't she just, like, throw him a wall or
oh
something?
hell.
Find Varric. I want him to freeze in prison with the rest of these traitors.
Wait, you can't just lock them away.
I'm so torn on
That
who
was-
I mean,
like I want
Varric
to be
was
with.
kind of
You
a
want them to go free?
No,
annoying dude anyway.
but let them stand trial for what they did.
We're Aang's kids, too.
You never should have come on this vacation.
It is kind of
I
different, though,
couldn't
with him
agree
being an
more.
airbender, like...
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't want you to come in the first place.
Hopefully this does get through to him, but, like, all of his kids bend, though.
Yeah.
We don't know about the youngest one, but...
We heard what happened. Are you okay?
I'm so glad you weren't there.
She
I
thought
don't know
she
what
had
I
turned
would've done.
against him.
I had no idea how far Varric was willing to go. My brother and I have our differences, but I would never attack him.
We knew one day the world would need you, and you wouldn't need us anymore.
Mom, Dad. Of course I still need you.
You are under arrest and will stand trial.
Trial? For what?
For conspiring to assassinate me.
What? No, they didn't.
Come on.
No, they didn't.
He specifically wasn't with them, like...
Did they think that he just like let it? Like that he told them to like?
That other dude might have, like, Varric or whatever,
Yeah.
might have said, hey, it was his idea.
Yeah.
Your brother was the one that was out to get you the
Oh
whole time.
gosh, this is getting good. It's been good, but it's getting gooder.
It's getting gooder. Avatar named Korra. I can't think of a good one.
Yeah.
Stella's just like chilling out.
She being super cute.
She's enjoying this. At least, okay, so if y'all watch any of our videos with Salem, the black hat, he straight up watches the show the whole time. Stella just like gets in a position and then just like lays down like she's being read a story and just falls asleep. Salem, though, watches the entire show. It's impressive.
Yeah, it's cute. So, I don't know, like, I go back and forth with whether or not, like, I believe that the uncle is, like...
He's bad.
Bad. Like,
He's bad.
I 100% now think he's bad.
80-20.
Obviously, because this ending here.
I think it's 80-20.
But it's like... What is his real motive? Like, does he just really think that his tribe, or his part of the tribe is...
Power. I think that's his real motive. He wants to unite the tribes and have like complete control. it seems like he doesn't like the fact that her dad, I forget what his name is, like some of the T.
Yeah.
But her dad, Korra's dad,
yeah,
has all this like power. And even though it's not necessarily power, he just like, he's so respected and like, you know, they would look to him over Unalaq.
Right. Yeah.
I think he wants that like dominion.
Right. And it is like kind of like nobody wants someone to come in there and be like interfering in their life.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
so
totally
like
different
whenever
culture too. It seems like.
Yeah, like whenever they came in and the Southern people were like, "Don't tell us what to do. Pick on someone your own side." Basically, it was kind of like, I don't blame them. Like,
well, like I said, even the soldiers seem to have this kind of like negative attitude right out the gate. It wasn't like a unification. It wasn't like a we are the same type of thing.
It wasn't even like they like communicated and was like, "Hey, we're gonna do this." It was just more like a, "Hey, we're rolling in and this is happening."
Well,
it was just kind of like a.
It would be completely.
What? Okay.
I'm trying to get up.
She's shedding a lot.
Yeah. Oh. It was more of a. Oh, I was like laying back so she could lay down. It was more of a like, hey, we're here. If they would have just come in and said, we're going to unlock this spirit gate, reignite the Southern Lights, or however you want to say it, reignite the Southern Lights, and then we're going to need to like protect this because of XYZ. It's going to be more dangerous. Or we have this other plan to then, do this up north where we'll be able to travel. Like explain in a way that's not just like, we're here to take over by force because we can, and I'm the chief anyway, so like I should hold dominion here anyway.
Right.
It's just there's like a way to go about it that's not evil.
Exactly.
Like he straight up feels like a dictator where he's like, these people came after me, locked them in prison forever, even the dude who wasn't even here.
Yeah.
Oh, and my brother had a part in this? Him and his wife.
Yeah.
Trial.
And his wife. Like,
yeah.
All right.
Because even if you want to go after the brother, yeah, she would have even less to do with it.
Right. And it's okay. Was it because she knew about it? Because she told Korra that there was something about to happen, so she knew. You know what I mean?
But even then, like, she was the one who allowed Korra to know to go.
Also, who's going to hold these trials? Is it going to be him? So it's like, how fair is that,
Yeah.
Like, is it just going to be all, like, the northern people in the jury? Like,
is there even going to be a jury?
Right.
Or is it just going to be Unalaq, like, yeah, guilty?
Right. Obviously, Korra's got to be like, no, I'm the Avatar, you need to get out of here, and stuff because, it's only book 2 of 4. So, show goes on.
Well, I mean, he's not going after her. Unalaq could execute her parents and the show still go on.
Yeah, but that
Unalaq could be like, done.
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen.
I mean, it still draws a lot of connections to, Tarlok and that whole storyline with him and Amon and the whole thing, and how they just go up in a blaze.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the same type of thing here.
Yeah. Also, she did just say the whole thing with like, one day we knew you were going to grow up and not need us anymore. Her mom said that.
Yeah.
And then it was like, so it's kind of like, that could have been foreshadowing of like, they could die and she wouldn't need them.
But she said she does need them.
Right. And that's where I'm like...
Which would make it even more savage. But also we have this other storyline with Aang and like the childhood of Tenzin and all that stuff. So I feel like it kind of coincides.
Yeah. Like where'd she go? It's concerning like that she's still like they sound found her and stuff. It's getting dark.
It gets like I'm very torn. Because
we love Aang and it's hard to believe that he could have been like kind of like an unfair dad.
But it's really not. Like, that's the thing that I keep struggling with. I keep, like, having this Aang bias, like, pull me. But I'm like, if I just think back to the show, like, we saw him only as a kid. But even then, like, everybody makes mistakes. He did stuff out of anger or stupidity sometimes. So what's to think, like, he wouldn't make mistakes as an adult?
Yeah. It's hard for me to believe, though, that Katara wouldn't have been like, hey, you need to, like, be equal. Or...
Yeah, but they didn't say anything about her being a bad mom, but, like, yeah, if she wasn't, like, getting on to Aang. But then again, she could have been, and he could have been disregarding.
Yeah. Because also, it could be that Kai, or... Is that her name? Kai? The sister?
Yeah, I think
it's
that's what
Kai.
it is.
she could have been favorited over everyone else by Katara because...
Well, see, this is the thing. I'm wondering if later on what we're going to see, because we keep hearing it from their perspective about Aang and all that, if we're going to see, like, he was this way because, you know, what, and show that, like, he was a really good dad and the things that he was doing that they didn't even realize he was doing for them, or... You know what I mean? Like, if we're going to see that side of it. But also, that could just be the optimist in me and the Aang bias in me that I'm like, I want something like that to happen. But you got to remember, these aren't perfect people. They shouldn't be written as such. Even though he's the Avatar, they still
I do think, though, like, at this point in their lives, like, it's not his fault that... Tenzin's fault that his dad favorited him. You know what I mean? It was just... It's not his fault.
Doesn't matter though.
And
like
it is hard. I do understand because like I've had like a problem like in my own family, like, you know, cousins and like who's more favorited by grandparents and stuff. And it's like, you know, one of my cousins one day was like, and we were having a heart to heart, and she's like, you know, that's not like our fault. And I was like, yeah, you know, but at the same time, it doesn't really make it any easier for the one that, you know, is feeling less than. So
I'm one of 3 kids, and there's definitely a hierarchy.
So I'm sure you in your life somewhere you can associate with what we're saying, whether it be like a sibling thing or a cousin thing. You know, you may have felt like you may friendships. Yeah, you may feel like you're lesser than others, or you may actually be able to open your eyes and be like,
oh wow, I'm not appreciating.
I'm actually like not appreciating, or maybe I'm like looked at as higher than these other people. You know what I mean? And then you're lucky. No, because then you'll piss them off, and then they'll end up coming after you. Like they're coming after Tenzin.
I feel like there's positives and negatives of it. But anyway, what it boils down to is we can't, like, from my perspective, the point I'm making is we can't look at these characters and ask for perfection, no matter how much we appreciate them, how much we like the character.
Right.
Aang was going to not be perfect.
Yeah.
Katara is not perfect. None of them are going to be perfect.
Right.
Sokka was the one who was the most obviously not perfect throughout the show, even though he wanted to be the most perfect. It appeared, you know, in his mind.
He was very, very.
But like that's kind of what I'm mentally struggling with. Is like I have to get out of that mindset of just because he's the Avatar, just because he was the main character, just because I have such a care about him, he had to be perfect.
Right.
Because it stings. It makes it... The reason I kind of do like it, though, is it makes it sting more because you have this expectation of Aang. You have this, like, connection. So you're like, it kind of hurts. It's like, I messed up.
Yeah.
It's like, did I do something wrong? Did I not raise you right, Aang?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is this my fault?
Right. So
in a weird way, I don't know why, but you have that accountability for it.
Right, but like if we remove ourselves from knowing Aang and we're like, all right, we don't know Aang. Aang was just some random guy that was a dad. He's dead now, you know.
I too.
Wow. Anyway, so yeah, like if we can remove ourselves from that, it is different. So I think that knowing Aang as a character kind of changes that perspective.
Agree. But let us know what you think in the comment section down below, because that's what it's there for. Like it if you did. Sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons watching the full and early reactions up on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. You really don't know how much it means. It means the world. We'll be back with more videos soon. We love you guys.
Bye.